So the plaster is left, everything's finished now, all skimmed, all smooth, and looking like we've got a bit of progress going. So I'll give you a quick spin around now. It's skimmed, left these bricks above the fireplace, and this whole wall is the lime to keep it nice and breathable, and ceiling skim all boxed in. So under the blanket here we've got the old oil boiler. We're now going to take it out. What we'll need to do is drain down the whole central heating system so we can take the pipes away from the boiler, and also we'll just need to empty the coil which is in the hot water cylinder. And then once everything's dry we can then shift the boiler out and be ready for the underfloor insulation and the heating, so it can go right into that alcove ready for the new oven which will fit in there as well. So I've got a hose pipe off the lowest point of the circuit, and we'll go and open up all the valves on the radiators and clear out all the pipes, and then we'll make a start looking at the hot water system and see if we can get that drained down as well. So the whole central heating system is all drained down now, and I can take those pipes off the side of the boiler, but I'm still left with the flow and return from the coil of the hot water cylinder. And I haven't been able to trace any form of valve or draining point, so I'm going to have to disconnect everything apart from those two and then see if we can get a bucket or something underneath. Well, I'd like to say that was done gracefully, but it was a bit rough and ready. Anyway, all the water connections are off now, and I've just got to take off the oil connection. That's stopped at the tap on the tank anyway, so we might just have a little bit to put into a container. But hopefully we can start wiggling this out now and clear the floor. So the plan was to get the PVA down and get the self-leveling compound down tonight, but it's getting a bit late now, so I'm going to crack on and just get the PVA down, let that cure overnight. I mean, the floor's sealed, and then we can get the self-leveling down in the morning, ready for the floor. It dries in 4 or 5 hours, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So I'm just on my way down to the engineers, the guys who've been welding the steel frame for the kitchen, and hopefully I've got all my measurements right. We'll go and pick it up, get it strapped down onto the roof, and make our way back. So wish me luck. We just picked up the steel from the engineers and it's all strapped down on the boot, and hopefully we'll get there all in one piece. We're only about a mile from home, and we'll get it bolted up and see how it looks. Hopefully it's going to be nice and strong and perfect for our floating cupboards. So a bit of iPhone footage today because the video camera has been lent out to someone. So I've managed to get the steel up in place, so we're getting an idea of kind of how it's going to work. We're going to have the floating wall unit sticking out on that steel. Okay, so just got the video camera back, so I thought I'd just do a little intro on what we're doing today. I've got to self-level the floor first, just literally to bring it up by 1 millimetre or 2 and even out any little spots, and that'll mean that we've then got a nice flat surface to start the floating floor, which will have the underfloor heating in. We PVA'd it last night as well, so any high spots have been knocked off. Low spots I filled with concrete, so along that far side and down here, and all pretty much ready to go on the mixing. So I've got this system comes with a little bucket with a measurement on the side, so you fill it up as much as you need with water, and then you add the quantity of self-leveling compound, mix it up with a little paddle stirrer, and hopefully I should be able to trowel it on and just get a really, really thin kind of screed across the top. Too bad. There's a few air bubbles and bits and bobs like that, but at the end of the day we've got to put down a membrane on top of this, then 50 mil of polystyrene, and then cement boards. So it's going to be a little bit more forgiving than if we were tiling straight onto this. So it's time to bolt in the steel. It's all in place, wedged, nice and level. Put 2 big concrete bolts down into the subfloor here, and also just run that concrete around the foot and over the top of the plate. And it's all wedged in place, so we're all nice and square. And now I'm bolting up into the RSJ. There are 10mm bolts that we're going to put through the seal. And I've had all of this plastered because I wanted to get it all as much as possible done whilst they were here. So I've literally just left this section here where I can put the plate up, and I've just run a flat spade bit through, which is going to create a big enough hole for me to just get a spanner through, hopefully. There we go. Which will just sit down on the nut, and then I can come underneath there and torque it up to make sure it's nice and tight. Magnetic screwdriver, wish I'd thought about that the first time. All in. So we'll patch up those holes and get all this boarded up. Then the whole steel frame will be clad in ply, which will give it a bit more rigidity as well. And we'll be able to hang our units off that. And now for the real test.